15 minutes past the hour, live on Studio B from Fox News Channel, and they're setting the scene today inside Madison Square Garden as the band is warming up, and a lot of the players are in the house. You can see there, this is a sort of a run-through of tonight's performance, which you'll see parts of at least live tonight on Fox News Channel. Continuing coverage now. We figured might as well talk with the main guy covering this for us, and that's Jim Angle. Jim, good to see you.
Jeff.
You were inside the arena last night, and I guess one of the first things that I reacted to from our coverage was the panel's reaction to the Twins. Is there a sense that maybe they were given a little too much time, or what is it?
They were trying to be hip. You know, as you and I know, that's always a risk. Probably more for me than you, but no, they were trying to be hip and pitch to a younger audience, and you had to sort of take it in good fun. The panel was a little critical, but and it was
rough on them.
It was obviously very different from all the other speeches, clearly, and it was intended to be so, and it wasn't that much different from the Kerry daughters. So
we're starting to get a little bit of what we're going to hear from Zell Miller tonight. What is the buzz about what this night is supposed to do?
Well, tonight, of course, the end of it will be the vice president. The vice president has several tasks. One, obviously, is the contrast with Kerry. And there he will say that Kerry says there are two Americas, but America sees two Kerrys. The idea is that consistency is a mandatory requirement in these times, and that is something they have argued that John Kerry doesn't have. The other point, and that is not the main objective. The main objective is to talk about George W. Bush, the qualities that he has, what he has done in the war on terror. And obviously the vice president has a lot of experiences with him at his side at critical moments, and they will say that this is a momentous time and that George W. Bush is the man of the moment, the kind of thing you would expect his vice president to say.
The beginning of prime time tonight, I think it's scheduled for about 10 minutes after 8 Eastern time. He'll officially get the nomination, and I guess they're going to go to him by satellite for a live event. I guess that's supposed to be another big whiz-bang event for them.
Right, another remote, as we call them. The president doing remotes here as he did last night, introducing the First Lady. In fact, he said, I told the American Legion Convention this week that there was another convention going on in New York. They were going to nominate a president. Thought he had the inside track, but he wasn't taking everything for granted, and it said the First Lady had to argue his case. So you'll get everybody arguing his case this week.
You know, one of the other things that struck me is when you're alone on a baseball field with a camera staring in your face and nothing to lean on, nothing to hold, it can be a very difficult situation to seem at ease in. George Bush last night looked like the happiest man on planet Earth on a baseball field, didn't he?
Well, he's always happy when he's on a baseball field, but he's also been very relaxed in the last couple of weeks. He goes in and does these events where he talks for about 45 minutes and then takes questions for about 45 minutes. A lot of them are admiring, you know, you're a wonderful leader, you're a great man, we love your leadership, that sort of thing. Occasionally you get something a little tougher. People will ask questions, as they did of Dick Cheney about layoffs,
sure,
as they have of the president about Iraq and other issues. And so you get those kinds of things. And he's been fairly relaxed in taking them and seems to be sort of working himself up, loosening up, as he would probably say, coming into the convention.
Was he off message when he said we can't win the war, and then they went back and fixed it the next day, or what happened there?
No one can quite figure it out. I mean, clearly, if you've listened to this president over the last several months, there is no question in your mind that he thinks he can win the war on terror. Nor is there any question that he is pursuing a policy, a strategy to win the war on terror. But when he says,
based on.
yeah, exactly. When he says, I don't think we can win the war on terror, it raises a few eyebrows. Now, it was in the context of this 4 years and that sort of thing. It was more complicated, but the problem is he uttered that statement, and it gave the Democrats an opportunity to stir up a controversy that lasted for about a day and a half until he spoke out on it again in the middle, well, at the beginning of their convention.
All right. Jim Angle, see you tonight in the primetime coverage.
Thank you, man.
All right. Rod Page, Education Secretary, is coming up next. Talk a little bit about what he has to say regarding No Child Left Behind. We'll speak with some Democrats as well and get their take on how this has gone and what they're going to do to counterspin. That's all coming up on Studio B. Good to have you with us.